Good morning, and just a couple things about Georgia. Just a good win for our team. I feel that's really what it was. It was a team win, both sides of the ball, and special teams as well, all being involved in how we got it done. And wasn't perfect by any means, and sometimes a lot of times in those type of games, it's going to be ugly at times, and so it's just a matter of continue to play hard, be resilient. Our coaching staff did a really nice job of putting a plan together, and our guys really buying into that, and bye week and just staying the course and staying focused, and the build up to the game not being so much on the front end, but really emotionally and mentally getting prepared for the right time, late kickoff on a Saturday night, and just a great environment there. And I think our guys rose to the occasion. I appreciate, how they handled all the adversity that came their way. So they left it on the field. That's what I ask of them. Ask them to empty the tank, and they certainly did that. So they played for each other. I think that's been one of the themes that they've really focused on, and everyone's counting on them to do their job. And if they don't do their job, they're letting their teammates down. And I've actually asked them, to really understand that piece as far as, that I'm counting on them, and I understand they're counting on me too. And so a lot of young guys continue to get more and more experience, both sides of the ball, playing a number of true freshmen, and their experience is, I think, from week 1 to now through 4 games, really showing up, and we're going to continue to need those guys, and some redshirt freshmen as well that playing a lot of, really important towards our success. So appreciate the fans that went over there to Athens and supported us, and obviously coming back home to Bryant-Denny, place that it's just a great vibe, and we're going to need everything they got against a very good Vanderbilt team here coming up on Saturday. So Coach Lee, a ton of respect for him. I've known him for a long time. I knew a year ago you could see and feel the positive movement that they had inside the program. You could see the style of play, it being team football, and they continue to do that. So 5-0, ranked opponent coming into our house. So just got to continue to keep the focus on us. Keep ignoring the noise. That's been a huge, I think, strength that's become of our football team, and they got to continue to do that. Some guys, continue to learn, what it takes to come each and every week to play football here in the SEC.
Thanks, Coach. Let's start with Chase on the far left.
Yeah, there's a perception that the win over Georgia last year created some overconfidence, and it resulted in the team not taking Vanderbilt seriously enough just 7 days later. Is that fair? And if not, how do you see it?
Yeah, I'm not going to argue against that. You got to handle success, and you got to come back every single week in this league. And I've talked to, every coach I talk to at midfield, that's what the conversation's about. Is here you go again, and you got to reload mentally, physically, emotionally, to during the week get prepared at the highest level you possibly can, and go play ball. Physically, it's going to be a battle, and mentally, you got to be ready to respond. And so, we didn't handle success, however you want to put it, last year well. You can't argue that. I also think that they did a nice job executing in critical times and made plays. And so, no different this week, right? We and our success that we had on Saturday, none of it matters. None of it carries over. The third down stops, the third down execution on offense, it doesn't matter. Points don't carry over. Every game's its own game. There's new matchups that are going to be presented in this game that were different than last week. And so, just like I talk about every play being its own play, this game is its own game.
To the right side, Charlie.
Yeah, Coach, after the game on Saturday, you talked about how you got to continue to get better in the run game. Just what does that look like? How do you accomplish that?
Yeah, I think, I feel like it is taking steps, and I think it's on both sides of the ball, just better execution. Guys understanding the job, but just keep executing. And I think there were some times where we were closer, but you didn't see it necessarily lead to these eye-popping numbers or these explosive plays. But I think there were times when, especially at the end of the game, third quarter were 4 and 5 yard runs, and at the end of the game, the last drive on first down, getting 7 yards when you know that's what's going to happen, it's going to be a run play, and then getting a first down and then doing it again and getting 5 on the next set of downs. Those are important and hard yards, and so. The execution just from the beginning, we want to continue to keep better. It starts with a mindset that's what it's going to take every single week. And so just to practice, reps is what it's all about.
Go to Katie on the left.
Sorry, I just got distracted because I was writing something down. What do you think you haven't turned it over through the first 4 games, just what do you think has led to the success in ball security, just overall on offense?
Being intentional. Repetitions in ball security circuit that we do every single day. Showing our players. We showed clips during the bye week of other teams losing games and moments where, just a little bit of the elbow not being tight enough to the rib cage, or, even a player having it high and tight, but it just not being tight enough, locking the wrist, and, technically doing the things just on such a high level all the time, and being real truthful and showing times in practice or showing times in games, where there's a time or two where those fundamental things aren't done perfect. So it's being intentional. It's being intentional on running to the ball defensively to cause those turnovers too. And so it's effort, it's fundamental, and I think our guys are really understanding that you win and lose games because of those things. And it's one of those things that was one of our 3 keys to victory was winning the turnover margin. We did that.
Let's go to Nick on the front right.
Yeah, you also won the penalty battle, if you will, and that you had fewer penalties. What can be carried over from that performance in minimizing penalties moving forward?
Yeah, and to do it on the road in that environment, just proud of the guys, the way they continue to just stay the course, and I know they got it in them. I know that the want to is there, and so not living in the gray area. That's been a common theme for us going back to February when we really broke all the ways that things you needed to do to win, and when we worked on the category of penalties, focusing on where we fell short a year ago, focused on other teams and NFL teams, college teams, just making sure we covered all the scenarios. And it's, you're never going to cover all of them. New ones pop up all the time. And so just doing your best to really make sure the guys understand that you can't relax for one moment. You get on the boundary, you get on the sideline. You got to be smart. You got to figure out can I hit him or not? On the quarterback. Just locked in on the cadence, and when there's noise, like we had on Saturday, guys did a nice job just focusing on, what we repped and locked in on doing their job.
Go to Emily Grace, front left.
Hey, Coach, can we get an update on Quay and Jamarian?
Yeah, Quay. So Quay, he has a broken foot and surgery and everything, and so he won't be out for the season, but he'll be an extended amount of time here. And then Jamarian, just with everything, he'll be out for the season, and so that's unfortunate. Just love both of those guys, but Zebo, as we refer to him, Jamarian's just. He's going to have a healthy recovery. He'll recover fully, and so that's the main thing in the big picture of everything. But unfortunately, we won't have him back this season.
Colin on the front left.
Hey, Kalen. It seems like Ryan Williams over the course of the last few games, whether it's with drop passes or got a little flack about blocking ability against Georgia, has gotten some criticism. I'm curious about what you've seen from him, how he's handled that criticism, while also what your message to him has been over the course of the last few games to kind of overcome.
Yeah. I mean, he knows he's just got to keep progressing, keep developing, keep working. And so, what I know I see on the football field in practice every single day is a guy that is working hard at it. And so we know how skilled he is, how big of a threat he is anytime he's on the field. I thought he responded well. Had some nice catches and third down conversions. Had a ball late in the half there that was an explosive that helped us cross midfield and put points on the board. So I thought his response was really good, and He stayed focused, and I think really what he's locked in on is the team, And again, he's not going to be perfect, just like any other guy, and we expect a lot out of him, and we've built that up for him, and he certainly wants that. But he's just got to keep taking the steps, keep getting better, and he will. He just keep working through it. But his desire to go out there and be a team player, block. I mean, it's the want to factors there. So just got to keep working on the fundamental things, and he'll do it.
Joe, third row on the left.
Coach, how do you think that Tim Keenan played in his return? And secondly, Vanderbilt has a lot of graduates, a lot of redshirt seniors, juniors on their offensive line. Florida State did as well. What do you think you can take from the Florida State experience with the young defensive lineman? You're going to be missing James for the first half of the game into this weekend's game.
Yeah, that's something we'll talk more and more about with the team as we go through the week, starting tomorrow with James. Because we do have to cover for him early. And when he comes in, he needs to be locked in on what's been happening, so it isn't him feeling out the process when he gets into the game. But Tim, just as the week went on, I think early in the week he was a little sore and things like that. But when he got to game day, just really, I thought he played well. He was an important part of our success, and just a big hammer up in there, just holding down gaps and keeping the movement to be very minimal. So he played, in our grading, he played a nice game all around. And so I don't know if I had a true number of snaps I was expecting to play, but I know he didn't play less than what I thought. If anything, he played more. And so we certainly do need to rise to the occasion. As your second question, just we got to rise to the occasion and keep asking more out of our young guys against a veteran group, like you said. And I think we're doing that. I think guys are straining in practice. I've been on the young guys as much as anything, not just at that position, but across the board, for them to understand, the urgency that they got to have just in meetings and on the field, the strain that it takes. And then now they're seeing, I think you get into game day in these big games, the SEC games, and, they're getting it. They're figuring it out.
Let's go Jamie on the front row.
Hey, Coach, the scene is set just like last year after Georgia. You've got Vandy. How do you guard against an emotional letdown this season after such a huge win in Athens? And also, are you going to be wearing a black hoodie on Saturday?
I think that part's, I think we all know that you don't win because of that and you don't lose because of that, but I get it. I think, for us, you got to learn from what you've been through, right? And so the handling of success last year and then what had happened for the different reasons it happened, and then where we're at now and the opportunity that we have in front of us and what we've gone through. You take your past experiences and you have to just keep learning, and you got to keep understanding how we got our feet somewhat underneath of us, okay, and have a little bit of momentum. Okay, and it's just really, again, being intentional. I've referred to that in different ways here. Moving with purpose, that's a common theme right now. And just the energy and the edge that our guys have played with the last 3 games, we cannot lose sight of how important that's been. And we know every team that comes into our place, every team we play, is getting amped up and excited to play Alabama, and we've got to take on that challenge, not just on Saturdays, but Sunday through Friday, and be ready to go.
Back right, Jonathan.
Hey, Coach, the response to the adversity your team faced on Saturday just appeared to be night and day compared to some of the recent road games. What do you think the biggest difference was?
Having gone through it and just continuing to not make it bigger than it is, keep it simple, but having gone through it and talking through it and just staying positive. I guess on the sideline, the best way I can explain it is I didn't ever feel when one side of the ball or the other was struggling, or couldn't finish a drive offensively, or had a letdown defensively, and you're frustrated because of an explosive run or something. I felt like it was all about the next play. I felt like it was all about man, I want to get back on the football field, and I know we can do this, and I'm going to just keep locked in on my job. And then each side of the ball, trusting the other one, is going to just give it everything they have and leave it on the football field. And, walking out of there, I don't think we were going to have any regrets on anything, because they were going to leave it out there. And so that's all I can ask of them, is just to give 100% effort. And, when 99 out of 100 isn't good enough. It's got to be 100 out of 100, because that's something you can control. And so, we've been pointing those things out whenever we fall just a little bit short. It's not okay that you gave 100% on all these plays in practice, and this one play, woulda, coulda, shoulda, that's the one that's going to hurt you. It's the one that's going to kill you. So, just proud of the way the guys have responded, and I think the game certainly showed that. It felt that on the sideline. We had less guys travel. We have less staff on the sideline. And so it was about those 74 players. It's about the coaching staff. And it was, these guys kind of adopted an us against the world mentality.
We got 2 more questions left. We'll go to Alex first, and we'll finish with Matt.
Speaking of responses, what did you see from Connor after that missed field goal, and how would you just sort of assess the special teams plays through 4 games?
Yeah, I think that kick in particular, I think we got to have better execution all the way from the snap to the hold to the kick. All 3 of them could do a little bit better and cover for each other. The kicker obviously can recover and help make it better, and it wasn't that much error on the other guys to where he couldn't make up for it. But they all 3 with that execution, I think, can do a better job. He's been solid. I think, again, as a special teams whole. I think the real slip up was against Wisconsin with a couple things with the kickoff, and again, we put ourselves in that spot to where we had to kick from our own 20 and cover a lot more space. I was really pleased with the way we controlled their return game, with Branch being a threat, both in the punt return and the kickoff returns. And so we had a squib opportunity. We pinned them deep at the end of the first half, didn't let up in any way to give them any life there to feel like they could go down and even get 3 points on the board. Kicking off, after we, held them deep on the first one that they tried to return. Really, they just were all about, taking the ball to 25, fair catching it. And so, I think we're doing a solid job. There are so many young guys on our special teams units, and everyone, I'm not afraid to put it out there because I think they're executing at a high level. I mean, Latsier Brooks, you watch him run down there on kickoff. You see him on offense, but you see him doing his things there. And, Dijon Lee and all those guys. I mean, they're seeing their opportunities, to go out there and play at a high level and put some good film out there for people to see.
Matt wanted to clarify one thing.
Yeah, on Jamarian, is there a chance he goes and tries to get a medical red shirt, or is he just completely done playing?
Yeah, we haven't gone on that road yet. Really haven't seen him in person, just communicating. I know he's back here around the facility here now, too, here finally at the beginning of the week. So, but yeah, we haven't gone down that road yet, so don't have an answer for you there.
Thank you, Coach.
You bet. Thank you.